Hi everyone, this is Vincent Cameron, and in the following series of videos I want to take you step by step on how to install a WordPress blog for your very own, as well as how to maximize that blog for the search engines, usability, lead generation for future profits. Now before we get started, I want to make sure that everyone's caught up to speed. Click here and I'll take you into the previous how-to video guides to get yourself set up with a domain, hosting, DNS information, as well as your FTP installation. Okay, let's get started. The first thing I like to do before installing a blog is to get all the files necessary for the blog installation. And to organize myself, I create a folder inside my desktop or my documents, whichever you feel comfortable with. But I name that folder website. Now I'm going to put all the files necessary for my WordPress installation inside this folder. Let's go online and grab the files. So the first place we need to go to is wordpress.org. Once on WordPress, we want to click on Download WordPress, whichever version is available at the time of watching this video. Click Download WordPress, and at this point you're going to see a nice little download pop-up window, or in this case I'm using the browser Google Chrome to download, so I've gotten myself a zip file directly to my desktop. And here's the zip file. So what we want to do is take all the files inside that zip file and load them inside the website folder we created. To do that, we simply drag and drop. Now once we have all the files necessary for the installation, we want to log in to the back end of our website via FTP. So click on File, Site Manager, Connect. Public_HTML folder. Remember, the right side, as a quick refresher, is the online hard drive. Left side is your personal at-home hard drive. Public_HTML. So once inside, what we are going to see is our basic website files: the index.html file, our htaccess file, FTP quota file, CGI bin. Now these files are not necessary for the WordPress installation, so all we have to do is navigate to where we created our website folder earlier. So in my case it was my desktop, so I'll click on my desktop. Now I've got my website folder. What I want to do is double click to open that up, double click to open up WordPress, and then simply select all these files, which is Control A on the keyboard, or simply drag all the way down and grab them all over. So it's as simply as a left click, drag and drop. Now once all the files have been downloaded to our online hard drive, we'll be able to install WordPress. Now there is some information that we need to require from our cPanel to be able to install WordPress, which is our database information. Now to get that, what we want to do is navigate to our domain. In my case, it would be workwithvincent.com/cPanel. So of course yours would be yourdomain.com/cPanel, and your current username and password when setting up with HostGator. Mine's been programmed, of course, inside my browser, so I get directly inside. Now what we're looking for, we'll go over these in future videos in behind the cPanel, but for now, what we want to create is a MySQL database. Here it is right here, MySQL database. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to blur out the rest of my databases for privacy policy, but I will show you how to create one. Alright, so the new database is always going to start with your username of your control panel, and then the database can be whatever you'd like. So for example, I'm going to do blog test and then create database. And that's as simple as it gets. Add to the database, blog test. So what I also like to do is make note of this information inside of my website folder within a notepad document. So I'm just going to open up Notepad here and make a note of each one of my database information. So the database itself is Vincent C_blog test. We're going to go back and create a username to attach to that database, and we'll be finalized. So down here on the bottom, we're going to see MySQL users. We're going to want to do is add new user. So go ahead and make that user whatever you'd like. So in this case, I'm going to put blog, and then password we're going to use is password, and create user. add user blog with the password, go back. So now we have the user blog and we have the database blog test. So what we want to do is add the user to database. So just below MySQL users, you'll see add user to database. Select the user, database, and then click on add. At this point, it'll ask you what privileges. You just go ahead and select all, and then we've got our blog user and our blog database. I'm just going to copy and paste all of that. Quick note, Control-C on the keyboards will copy anything highlighted, and Control-V on the keyboard will paste anything highlighted. So once we've had everything, all privileges, click on Make Changes, and then that's it. Click on Go Back, and now we're ready to install our WordPress blog. And to get over there, we simply navigate to our WordPress installation folder, which in most cases would be yourdomain.com/wp-admin. Some people prefer to put it in a subdomain, for example, yourdomain.com/blog. In my case, it will be test, because that's where I installed the thing just specifically for this video. Now what will happen on the first load, it'll give you a message saying there doesn't seem to be a wp-config.php file, which all we have to do is go ahead and create and configure the file. Now again, this is where we created our MySQL database information previously for the database name, username, password, and host. Click on Let's Go. Alright, so our WordPress database name, as we see it over here in our Notepad, and our username. We're going to want to grab that from Notepad, and then go ahead and save that quickly inside of our desktop folder and our website as login. Database. Alright, so that's done. Now username and password is going to be password, localhost, and WordPress. Don't really worry too much about database host and database prefix. This is for more people who are going to be installing multiple MySQL databases on the same host and the same blog directory. So I wouldn't worry too much about this unless you're running about 5 or 6 blogs on the same URL, which probably isn't the case. So go ahead and most of those can be left default. Click on Submit. We get the message, alright Sparky, you've made it through the part of installation. So at this point, we just run the installation and they'll ask us a few simple questions like the blog's title, what you want the username and password to be, and your email address that you want people to contact you through your blog. Now I wouldn't worry too much and get too stuck on the site title right now. You can change it inside the dashboard later on. So for mine, for example, I put Vincent Cameron's test blog for video, and admin is fine, and then we're going to do password once again. For the password, my email is going to be workwithvincent@gmail.com. Allow my site to appear in search engines like Google and Technorati. This is a big plus. This is exactly what WordPress is built and designed to do, and that is find a lot of Google love. So go ahead and leave that selected, unless of course you want everything to be private in some sort of a membership plugins. So install WordPress, and we are ready to go. We now have a standard WordPress installed and already built and ready to be optimized for the search engines, as well as for our end users to give them and provide them value, grab those opt-ins, build the list, and create cash flow from home. So that's it for the WordPress installation. The next stop on our journey is going to be picking a theme to customize our WordPress. We're going to walk through a bunch of different strategies in WordPress themes, as well as go over a few customized, really user-friendly themes that I think that you're going to love. So until the next one, and don't forget, if you found this video or any of these videos valuable, be sure to share them with your followers on Twitter, your Facebook friends. I'm Vincent Cameron. We'll see you guys in the next one.